Hence it is SHIN, in the bottom left it is Spirit, as the Broodwar Terran. SHIN has been prioritizing StarCraft 2, as we've seen, at least in the mirror matchup. So interesting to see how he wants to utilize it. Oh my god, man. Spirit is such a greedy boy. He is Mr. Greed. If you know this, you always go 6 pool against him. Or 4 pool, or 2 base meter or something. I don't know, man. But he's like command center first, man. Banes and Queens kinda king in Broodwar Zerg versus SC2 Zerg. Banes, yeah. Yeah, Banes are extremely powerful. Queens? I'm not that sold yet on Queens. I have to say I'm not that sold yet on Queens. I feel like the Zergling is extremely powerful. Witch Queens, yeah. I was kind of thinking the same, Witch Queen. But I think he's talking about the SC2 Queens. The injector mechanic gives an edge. Yes, I do think the macro mechanic definitely does give the edge. Also, it's a spellcaster, which does provide healing, right? So, while I don't think they're that bad, I also don't think they give that big of an edge, to be honest. The Zergling edge does feel to outweigh the Queen edge, kind of. How much more powerful those SC Broodwar Zerglings are. Now, I feel like eventually the Defiler is gonna be the greatest weapon, though, in ZVZ. Literally, it's so strong. Now 3 racks Academy rush here. As I say rush though, it's after command center first. And then Spirit, this Terran timings, these bio timings, they have been so strong. And why bio in Broodwar is not overpowered is because you have a group select limit, you have a unit path issue. And that's basically most of it, and they can't clump as they do here, so they actually spread out more. They would be like standing in more of like an area like this, not like this compact here. They wouldn't be like that, but more like this space occupying. So they would be more like, they add more range in between each other. That's what I'm trying to get at. That means even if they have 5 range, you have them standing like this right now, so this guy, you have a Zergling coming at 5 range, he starts shooting. This guy, I don't know, if the Zergling goes in 4.9 range, he's probably gonna start shoot, right? Something like that. But in Broodwar, in actual Broodwar, in the Broodwar engine, the Marines are spreading out so much, naturally, that even they have 6 range, well, it's gonna be tough to get more than 5 shooting at the same time if something comes in and they're not standing in a perfect line. That's why those stim timings feel so powerful here for that early Terran play. Now he's gonna go with no stim and just fire bats? No medics? This is gonna be seen by SHIN. I'm feeling this is a little bit of a waste here. When both sides are even, Broodwar Zerg tends to assume map control in the late game because of their fast attack. Against Broodwar consuming the whole map. As it too slowly expand Lurker Viper Hydro Turtle. Right, let's check out how this fight is gonna go. This is kind of like a Hellbat attack, but with firebats. But I don't like this without stim, honestly. I feel like no stim, no medics. Why would you do it? You have those medics. He's gonna lose now most of these firebats. They did stay strong for quite a while, but I mean, why would you do this? This is such a waste in my opinion, man. There's so much more potential if you did this with stim and with a couple of medics. Well, it is what it is, and he's gonna be slow to that transition. He's finally gonna add in a few medics as well. Factory is gonna come up as well. Third command center is gonna finish up. Now that's what he bought for himself, a little bit of time. And he does have quite a good comparable SCV count. Of course, he does not have mules, so he kind of needs to be there. Baneling Nest is here. Banelings are gonna be strong. Burrowed Banes, I feel like, is gonna be a weapon that's gonna be insanely powerful in the earlier game. Especially early mid-game here against Terrans. Because those comp stats are kind of expensive to get. You need to stop SCV production. And you need to get that add-on. And they don't provide anything but their vision. So it's not like you can start to drop mutes, right? This is kind of cool though. We've seen this rotate in the actual Broodwar meta a little bit, where there's a firebed meta. And you basically just keep on producing more and more firebeds. Now this is of course going to be a way different game. We already see the transition into mech happening here for Spirit. He's going into that siege mode, he's going into vultures now, he's going to lift his barracks to create another wall for himself. And he's just going to keep a little bit of this bio around with a few medics now to support these. Just in case. Now, let's have a look at SHIN. By the way, this is what I'm talking about. This guy is randomizing his lair positions. That's exposed. If you ask me, this one is exposed. Of course, it does add additional HP to this hatchery, so this is like a Broodwar-esque kind of style that was utilized in Broodwar because there was no actual heals or transfuses, so you would kind of add that layer on top of that damage hatchery, so it would be able to get extra health from that and be a little bit harder to snipe. But in the end, this is just exposing himself, I feel, in this SC2 engine. But I mean, it's SHIN, and he likes to do this, so he has the experience to deal with all of these shenanigans. He's gonna go into Baneling Speed, 1-1 upgrades, and Infestation Pit. I would love to see Infestus with this, but he's still working with old information. He does not know about the mech transition yet. And it is happening. It has already happened. And this is... It wouldn't be Spirit if there wouldn't be already 5 command centers on the map. While the Zerg is still working on 4 bases. Now this style is completely vulnerable to air attacks right now. Like a fast meter switch with a big commitment would probably just kill the game, because you wouldn't have the time to get into Valkyries. Now, as soon as you camped that Valkyrie production... Oh my god, the tanks, man! Oh! What? Was that a mine? I think there was a mine, right? He has spider mines, but did he lay mines? He has mines. See, I think that was a mine. Both are like, what? I'm pretty sure that was a mine. Oh my god, that was not only tanks. So, I think it was mines actually, it wasn't tanks. This one tank did shoot, he has 2 kills. We have no tanks down here. There's one tank with 1 kill, this one has 1 kill. I'm pretty sure it was mines. It doesn't count as kills to these vultures, but you see those units lost. Ah, that was spider mines. Spooder mines, indeed. Both players are like, what the fuck? What did happen there? These are the enemy of sanity. Spooder mines. Vipers now on the way. So he thinks still this was the tanks. So he wants to utilize grabs. We're gonna see Wraith Cloak and Wraiths. What is he going for? That's an interesting approach. Well, what will he do with these raids? Man, he's expanding like crazy. This is such a Spirit play. He's sitting at 82 SCVs. He's making 5 machine shops at once right now. Just because he can. He needs to be careful that he does not overflow his kind of base. So he still can rotate through the base. And the Wraith is gonna be revealed. A goop to delay any further race. Okay, so how do you break this Terran as a StarCraft 2 Zerg? Now let's think about, for example, Broodlords. There's nothing really that can probably challenge them in their range. Even the Goliath should have a difficult time. We have Fungal being a strong thing. The Blinding Cloud feels extremely powerful, so everything that's kind of ground to air from the Terran should be disabled. So Broodlords, there is, I think, a good argument for those to be made. Now, he's trying to come in here and trying to kind of just reset the space. He's trying to utilize his spellcasters. Nice Blinding Cloud gonna be targeted here on these tanks, but in the end, there's just too much army here for Spirit. Even though he's losing quite a bit, I mean, there's just too many tanks. I'm pretty sure these tanks are 2 supply, right? That's one of the big things, I think. Those tanks should be 2 supply. Broodlings seems like they absolutely ruin spider mines. Imagine the friendly fire. Of course, yes, they would do. You're completely correct there. They should probably be the ultimate weapon against spider mines. Now, that being said, though, a mass of Valkyries, like 5 Valkyries, 6 Valkyries, can completely shred a group of Broodlords within seconds, as we've seen. They can basically shred everything that has not more than 400 health. But this push is kind of starting to snowball a little bit here. Spirit is having a rough time to actually stabilize this. Good spreads here from SHIN, and I feel like Spirit is not utilizing these vultures well enough. He's not trying to drop spider mines in the midst of the battle. And I feel like that's how you need to play this style. That's how it is played in Brood War. You try to utilize those mines way more than the vultures are basically there to lay mines, kill workers, and buffer and tank hits. And if you don't lay those mines, what are they doing? What are you doing, man? You're not using them correctly, in my opinion. Definitely a little bit of waste potential there. Wasted AoE, wasted attention from your opponent you could have kind of bought there. Now Spire coming in. I feel like SHIN is on the same page. Should realize, wait, this is awfully bad against anything that's in the air. Let me get a greater Spire up and running. He's also going into Lurkers, but I don't know if I'm a big fan of Lurkers in this situation. You can kind of utilize them, but it would be like siege units against siege units. Why would you? And you will still be in lower range, in the lower range department, so not a big fan. Now 10 vultures coming in. He needs to lay these mines, man. There we go. Just lay those mines, man. Lay them everywhere. They also do provide vision, right? Yeah. It's a really good tool. Oh my god, that queen got killed. He's trying to find an angle with his vultures. He has 30 mines in these vultures. I mean, look at that. He should probably lay like all of these mines around here. Just because he has them. There we go. You need a mouse scroll hotkey for that. This is completely saved by mines. Now we do see the attack come in. Oh, wow. Do the mines splash against mines? They should not. Do they? Maybe they do. They should not. They don't do in Brood War. I wonder if they do. It looked like they did. That's unfortunate. Oh boy. And then you miss one mine and it just explodes your whole Roach Hydra army. How is this Roach still alive? It walked through 2 mines. How did that happen? In Brood War, mines kill each other with splash? I'm pretty sure they don't. I'm pretty sure they don't. If they're not like popped up, if they're underground, they should not hit each other. Like one pops up, the rest is underground. The underground guys should stay alive. Do they kill each other with splash? I don't think... I would need to test this now in Brood War. I feel like they don't, but maybe I'm wrong. Another attack in here, but this is gonna be way more Goliath heavy and feels to be like the answer against what SHIN is doing currently. Now Greatest Spy on the way, he needs to keep these Vipers alive or he's gonna have a bad time with no Blinding Clouds against these Goliaths here with the +3 already. Remember he has no upgrades on those Broodlords? Oh man, that could be the Spider-Mine though. The Spider-Mine to hit it all, you know. He's going to utilize that dash to try and come forward and push this away a little bit. There's still so many tanks behind this. No broodlords on the way. He's actually making lurkers now. Is Spirit gonna push him here? Is he gonna kill him? It feels like this base has to be given up. These lurkers, they do have 10 range. The tank 13.5 is gonna be very happy to sit at out of range. And with the tanks being only 2 supply, a grab is not that strong. Because you just have so many tanks. You need so many grabs actually to clear this. No, he's gonna... Oh, he's gonna kill that base. Oh yeah, of course, he's SC2 Zerg, so he cannot infest the command center. I'm sorry, my bad. He's gonna make a double Nidus now. I wonder why he didn't make that move before. If he could get a Nidus into that main base, it should be... Well, a killing blow. A killing blow, kind of, if he can get on top of that production. Because it's so difficult to come back into the base. If you can just kill all of this... I mean, what are you gonna do as Spirit? You kinda have to win with the army you have. Now, mobility is a strong factor against any SC Broodwar race, it seems. The mobility definitely goes to StarCraft 2. Now, he does have lurkers inside, but he has to unload them. And I think Spirit, he didn't see them. That's actually a good thing here for SHIN, that this is not seen yet. He has no blinding clouds there. Finally, we do see a blinding cloud. So many tanks, man. It's just insane. Can SHIN hold this one? He still has a lot of money to work with, but he's starting to dry up. Oh boy. Oh, see why I don't like the lurkers, man? Those tanks are just way too good. And SHIN is gonna GG. Spirit is gonna take the first map. I would have to test this. Do mines kill mines in Brood War? I'm gonna Google this. ChatGPT. ChatGPT, give me the answer. Do widow mine, no, spider mines in BB kill other spider mines with splash? Why don't my widow mines deal splash damage to, wait, that's widow mines. To other widow mines, yes. Can spider mine splash kill buildings? Spider mine Liquipedia. Description: spider mines are placed in the ground by vultures. What's deployed? Mine burrows. When a unit comes to range, the mine unburrows, and after a brief delay, it launches itself at the target at faster most units can avoid. A player can not manually order mines to move. A spider mine will attack any hostile non-hovering ground unit that comes into range. If it becomes invalid to the unit dying or being picked up by a transport, the mine will burrow again at its current location and acquire a new target. Destroying a mine does not deal any damage to nearby units, although its graphic is the same as when it detonates. Invisible units trigger mines even if they are not detected. Yes. Mines do not receive armor upgrades. Okay. Disruption web will temporarily disable all spider mines. Blah blah blah. Defensive matrix, hallucination, and parasite may be cast on spider mines after and will be effective. Hallucinated spider mines trigger as normal and deal no damage. You can hallucinate them. SCVs and medics cannot repair or heal damaged spider mines. Mind control, lockdown, spawn, broodling, maelstrom are ineffective against spider mines. Irradiate and snare, plague, stasis field, recall can only affect unburrowed spider mines. If a spider mine is underground, one will be unaffected. Recalled spider mines. Recalled spider mines. Recalled spider mines? Spider mines will target Zerg lava eggs. The explosion does not harm the building. Unburrowed spider mines can be cloaked by an arbiter. Spider mines should be placed in a tight line against units with high rate of fire. This is so more spider mines will trigger the same units. It still does not say if they will kill each other with splash. Well, I guess they should, right? Recalled spider mines, yeah. Yeah, in team games, can you actually recall team units? I mean, you can of course mind control an SCV and then get your own spider mines in a 1v1 even, right? And then you could do the same thing. You kind of make a spider mine drop into the enemy base, right? You recall a location where you just set up a dozen spider mines at the same time, and then you recall the vultures and the spider mines at the same time. You just need to get the timing perfect on, because they need to be above ground. That's crazy though. That's really insane. Recalled Spider-Man. Alrighty. Whispers of Gold and SHIN against Spirit. SHIN choosing to be a StarCraft 2 again here. He's not gonna go for the Broodwar, so Spirit needs to play Broodwar again, but he has been looking good. That mech really looked very strong, very powerful. Whispers of Gold, top left. It is SHIN. And bottom right, it is Spirit. I feel like a StarCraft 2 map lends itself to be quite good for a Terran from SC Broodwar, because it's a one-player map. It is rather easy on most of these SC2 maps to get a defensive setup going. And you just have to kind of push in one direction. I feel like it's actually better for SC Broodwar Terran specifically. Now this is gonna be nice, because Spirit likes his commands in the first, and it's not gonna happen. Yeah, this is not how you deal with that, Spirit. He's gonna make it next to it. He's gonna pull how many? 4 only. So he's going on the math from the normal SC2 stuff. The Protoss when it has to deal with it. Spawning pool on the way. And he puts one more. Going into that barracks, one barracks follow-up for now. Oh, cancel here. So he's not gonna let that one finish. And he will go into the main base. He will probably grab a gas even. I think it's a good choice against the Terran. No, maybe he's just gonna go back. Maybe he will drop it again. No, he's just gonna walk back, I guess. Alright. So again, into that academy opening, 3 racks seems to be his bread and butter. The way he likes to play. I hope he's gonna utilize this differently. Now. Go into stim first. Range. Okay. And still not making any medics. Now Spirit clearly has a few ideas here. But going into range first. Interesting start here. Why would you? How much? Is this... Is he miss... Does he... No, he's a Terran player. He cannot mistake the Stimpak icon, can he? Is he... Does he think he makes Stim right now? And he actually makes range? Because he's making firebats now. He's kind of doing the same thing. There's no medic here. Where's your freaking medic? Come on. Bro, come on. Broskovsky. Yeah, shoot that Overlord. That's what we were talking about yesterday. It's so difficult to scout these timings because the Overlord does get sniped by these Marines so easily. So he's gonna get range now for his Marines. As we can see here, they will hop to 6 range and 3, 2, 1, 6 range. But it does not increase. Oh, there we go. That's them now. Now, is he gonna make medics? 3 medics. Love to see it. He's gonna push out a little bit on the map. Kind of hunting for this overlord. SHIN did probably see this group and is gonna smartly move him away. Now the supply depot. Can SHIN hold this one? I feel like a queen-based defense is not gonna be good. We do see a bunch of roaches. Are roaches gonna be enough? Maybe banelings should have been the answer here. And yeah, Spirit is just making command centers, man. No, Stim did finish. Is the timing on the commands here? Where are the medics? There they are! He made a little bit too many, I feel like. Those StarCraft 2 guys are just making too many medics here. It's like, yeah, 2 rounds of medics, why not? While I could have imagined this is more Marines or Firebats. These medics are so fast. By the way, both players kind of hitting each other with an all-in here right now. SHIN is extremely low on drones. Spirit is only a pressure build, it's not really an all-in. And SHIN is just realizing this. Wait. So, does he come back or does he keep on pushing? He's gonna keep on pushing with the Roach Ravager and only trying to defend with... Whoa, that looks cool. With Lynx? No, I don't think so. Against so many Firebats with medic support? Look at that. Even the perfect surround, they don't care. But he does get... Oh, he does get the vision still on that tank for that Overlord. Sorry, the tank snipe, and then the Overlord does die afterwards. And can he get a few nice bites here? It does not seem that that's the case. On the other side of the map, though, SHIN is not looking good, man. Spirit may be taking this map. Now, if he can get this engineering bay, probably still be able to get it. And Spirit is not keeping on pushing here. And this is buying a lot of time for SHIN. Maybe if he can keep this base alive. Those guys just don't die, it's insane, man. Firebats. Now he's gonna focus the hatch and he will kill it. GG is gonna be called. Spirit is gonna take the series. Wow. I actually didn't expect this, but SHIN has another chance. This has a lower bracket.